October 18th, 1973, 11 p.m., a U.S. Army Reserve helicopter over Mansfield, Ohio. A red light closes on them fast. The pilot pushes hard to descend. Something stops directly above them, bathes the cockpit in green light. The controls say they're going down. The helicopter goes up 1,000 feet in under a minute against the pilot's own controls. 5 military witnesses in the air, 4 civilian witnesses on the ground, and all of them tell the same story. This case was reported to the United Nations. This is the Coyne helicopter incident. Will you believe? Let's get into it. Welcome to another episode of Mostly True Alien Stories.
They're coming.
UFO sightings. Many Americans have wondered about the dangers of unknown objects.
Scientists in Mexico pulling back the curtain. We need to save ourselves.
Welcome back to Mostly True Alien Stories. I'm Neil Girandola, and this is the podcast where we take a true report of an alien encounter from history. We share what we know, then decide whether it's a mostly true alien story or not. Today's case comes with something most of the encounters we cover don't have: physical proof. Not a witness description, not a recovered memory, not a blurry photograph. A helicopter that went up when its own instruments said it should be going down, observed from inside by 5 U.S. Army Reserve crew members, and from the road below by a mother and her 4 children who had no idea who was in that aircraft. And a compass that spun for 10 minutes after the craft left. This is the Coyne helicopter incident, the night a UFO grabbed a military helicopter, and J. Allen Hynek, the Air Force's own former scientific consultant, rated it among the most credible close encounters ever documented. And we're going to find out why in just a minute. But first, hit that subscribe button on wherever you're listening. And don't forget to follow us on TikTok and Instagram at Mostly True Alien Stories. And now let's say hello to Andrew Triana and Lemon G. Hi, guys.
Hi, Neil. Hi, everybody.
Hey.
Dude, I got to tell you, you know how much I love Greer, right?
Oh, yeah, it's your favorite guy. You guys are going to box. We're going to do a boxing match
You know what?
in
I
Christmas
think that
time.
would be healthy for you. I think that would be cathartic for you.
I challenged him, and he never responded.
We got to
You
officially go
messaged
through
him?
with that.
Well,
I would like
we
to
put
see
it
the
up.
proof
We put it
that you
up. It's
messaged.
there. It's in one of our
Yeah.
episodes.
Yeah,
Maybe
for our
if
new
you-
listeners, Andrew does have this thing about Greer, and he did challenge him right before last Christmas
Yeah, it was like September.
to a fight.
Oh,
To a fight.
Christmas, on
to
Christmas
a boxing
Yeah,
fight.
like an MMA event.
In Russia.
An MMA event. They were going to plan it. We even
Like
made a
Rocky
poster.
IV.
We
It's like
made a
You made
poster.
post.
Yeah,
And you
Yep.
tagged him?
We have a
Yeah.
poster. He was tagged,
he was
but
tagged.
he didn't
Wow.
respond.
He didn't respond
didn't
because he's
respond.
scared. He
Yeah.
knows I'll crush him.
It was going to be a fight to the death. So either Andrew was going to die or Greer was going to die, but it was
No, he
Yeah.
would have had his alien friends come and save him right at the very end.
Yes.
You think?
A
They would have
beam.
stepped in like the
Flippy,
referee stopping
come
the fight.
now, Flippy.
Flipsy, I need you. Oh, I need you.
He's
no.
beating me bad.
Oh,
All right.
gosh.
Well, what about Greer? What do you
Okay,
got?
so you know how he's always been saying like something's going to happen. This is going to happen.
Oh
Wait
yeah.
till
Well,
next
every
Friday.
day it's coming in 3 days,
Right.
or it's coming out, and then it's going to come in 8 years, and then
Right,
it's going to
right,
be
right.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
so he claims
Mhm.
he claims that there is an illegal secret government.
Yeah.
He claims that there's a
Well, Greer would know. Greer
a
would
co-
know.
a compartmentalized network operating outside normal congressional oversight committee.
Okay. You know what
Okay.
though? Not for nothing, but that's always been sort of in the air, right? Even
Right.
in
Right.
the Disclosure movie, they talked about this secret legacy group
Right.
that works outside of that. Is that what he's
Right.
referring to?
It is. He claims that these guys they have their own UFO retrieval programs.
Okay.
They are doing reverse engineering on whatever they find.
Okay.
That they have advanced propulsion systems. And maybe he's right. We've seen some stuff and we've talked about some stuff on the show that just doesn't make any sense. And
Right.
that they can convert aerospace items. So they can
Hmm.
convert like a regular jet and turn it into some sort of subsonic thing because of the stuff that they do.
Sure. You know what
A
though?
lot of-
Just a quick reminder though about Greer. He was a dentist, wasn't he?
No, he was an emergency room physician.
Oh, that's right. It was
He's a doctor.
Okay,
Yeah, he's a
right.
doctor.
He is a doctor, but he's not on any government level. He's just some guy like
That's
us
come out. Right. That's just
who
come
just
out.
said, "Hey, They're doing all of these things. Here's what
Well,
we got.
a lot
Except
of
he
that.
makes money doing it.
Okay,
Yeah,
a lot of
sure,
that
them.
was coming from Bob Lazar even in the 70s. He came out and said a lot of those statements.
Look at Lemon breaking out Bob
Wow,
Lazar.
you're gonna bring in Bob Lazar? Come on.
facts. No, but she's brave. I'm impressed. Lemon,
No, that's
we're doing
good.
her
That's
research.
good.
She's doing her research.
I love Bob Lazar. I'm a big fan.
Okay. Yeah.
specifically.
I think Lazar's one of the most credible whistleblowers
Mhm.
out there. I think that the truth will come out and he
Right.
will be.
Well,
the
this
one
is
who's
where
telling us.
Greer has kind of. I'm kind of
Dropped
going to
off.
agree with him with this. All right, he's off the rails from what he normally talks about with this.
Yes, but everybody's been saying that anyway. So he's just
No,
repeating
not
it for
this.
Greer.
Not
What?
this.
What's he
He's
saying?
claiming that certain intelligence and military factions
Mm-hmm.
will eventually simulate or manipulate a
Mm.
UFO event in order to create fear,
Mm.
military spending, centralized control, and justify space-based weapon systems.
Well, I don't think you need to justify space-based weapons systems, to be honest with you. I think we need them. We're going to need them. Only because everybody's trying to get to space, and that they could bite us from there. So that's one. But
so
two,
the Russians go up. We got to have weapons up there so that we can stop the Russians when they come back and kill us.
yeah, right, exactly.
Right. Well, why
That
don't we
kinda
just
thing.
not do that?
Well-
Because if we put weapons up there, well, if I'm Russia and you're U.S. and you go, I'm going to put weapons up there. What do you think I'm going to say? Well, I'm going to
Yeah,
put
but-
weapons
oh,
up there
weapons.
too.
Well, that's why they're not going to say, "Well, I'm not putting weapons up there." They're going to do it. But getting back to Greer, so he's saying all
So-
this, but
right.
he's owning that information.
He's owning
It's
it.
like
yeah.
like someone's coming to him from government and
Yes.
telling him this, because I don't know where else he would get anything unless it's from an insider. But I don't know who would give him inside information about this stuff.
I don't know. He's not, he never reveals his sources. So nobody really freaking knows.
I
But
just
he
think he's
says
a
that
great
if-
science fiction writer.
If an alien event happens within this year or two, he says it is going to be a false flag alien threat. That is not going to be aliens. It's going to
This
be
is
our
just
government
great.
doing it.
This is just great. So now who are we supposed to believe if that does happen? So we're
I-
going to be like, well, Greer said that's not real, what we're
Well,
seeing.
here's the thing. If the government all of a sudden now says, we're going to release the stuff, we're going to do this, it's going to be beautiful, we're going to
Mhm.
have great stories, and we're going to keep releasing it. Now, it's been, 3 weeks, right, since they released the first
so,
batch?
as of May 21st, it's been 3 weeks almost. Yeah, I
So-
think a new tranche is coming out.
tomorrow should be the next tranche because it came out on Friday.
Yeah.
I don't think this coming out tomorrow.
Not to get off the path here, but they're probably weighing out, well, what did we sent out the first tranche. We're going to have to top what we just sent out. So let's make sure we got some good stuff in
Right,
there. They're going to have
right.
to. Otherwise, everybody's going to say, this is bullshit, guys. What you're saying
Well-
now is bullshit. But I'm getting off the path. But on Greer, so Greer is saying that there is going to be an alien event, but that's going to be false because the government is stimulating.
Is going to simulate it to distract you so that they can raise money for more space stuff, so that they can do all this
that's
stuff
so
to get
bullshit.
everybody
I
excited.
think that's such a bullshit thing. And see, Greer says things to just stay relevant. I think he just says, because I don't see why doing that is going to make justify anything.
Well,
for the
because
government.
he's always said that this non-human intelligence, which he refers to the aliens, he says they're not hostile. They've never been hostile. They've been with us this whole time and they've never been hostile. So why all of a sudden are they going to be hostile?
Yeah, so he himself is spreading fear. He is creating this himself by coming out with this kind of claim or these kinds of things that he's saying. Give us a credible name that told you this. That would be better.
Well, give us a credible
Yeah.
anything with what you've told us.
Yeah.
It kind of
that's
sounds
all
like
I'm
he's
saying.
setting it up for like the government to do something to us. I'm imagining like at that point they could really do anything that they wanted. Which at that
Right.
point, what is the government's motive to trick us? Like, is someone coming in as
Right.
another? Is it becoming a war zone? Like, you know what I mean? What is the motive?
Yeah, I
behind
don't know. Yeah, I don't know what to believe at this point with what the government's doing when it comes to these releasing of the documents of the UAP files and all of. I don't know what their motive is, other than let's just saturate everybody with just
Right.
this
Yeah.
bullshit
Right.
and
Well-
just let them make their own decisions,
Right.
because this way we can control it. Because right now, and I will be honest with you, the alien conversation is becoming a $1 billion industry. People
Of course
are
it is.
Yeah.
Right.
making money left and right, and so is the government. So they're seeing that this is good for money. This is good for them. It's good for business.
Just like
I mean,
war
you
makes
got
money.
you got guys like Burchett, who's He's campaigning right now. So what's his platform? Aliens. That's all he does is talk about aliens. This guy has never talked about aliens in his life. All of a sudden in the past year, he's talking about aliens. And he's out there in every talk show and everything he's doing because it's good for business for him. People are going to vote for him. He's constantly in the limelight. We can talk about aliens every day. People will remember us. And this is what Greer is doing as well.
Right.
Greer is staying relevant by just saying, what can I come up with next? Let me just say the government is going to fake an alien invasion just so they can get what they need, or they can control the narrative, or they can do whatever they need to.
Right. But what sent up a red flag for me with Greer on this was that he has talked about aliens in the past. He has talked about aliens being here. He has talked about aliens visiting us and reverse technology and all of that. But never has he said, we better get ready because they're coming to kill us. Never has he said that.
He's never said they're hostile. He's never said they're hostile or
So
violent.
now all of a sudden, and that's what he's saying. If these aliens attack, it's going to be fake because they're not hostile. And it's got to be the government doing it because it's nobody else is going to do it.
What are they going to do? They're going to buy up a million Elon Musk robots and send them out to attack us? I mean,
that's my point. Like, why is the government what is the government's motive to be hostile towards us? You know, what our own government, what is that motive and purpose? That's what
That's
I
another
like to
podcast.
But I think there's definitely they definitely have scenario rooms. They have creative writers within the government. Now, if we were to say that this is true, that Greer is saying this is what the government would do is sit down and they create these stories. How will we benefit from simulating attacks in certain areas? And by simulating, meaning they're going to produce these things, and then we're going to see the video of things, or we're going to hear news reports about it. But no one will ever actually see any of that going on. That will create fear. Okay. And we could spend hours diving into that scenario. What else could they do that would help benefit it? Would drive stocks down? I don't know what would happen. I think, and then you go buy, and then, whatever. And then they say, oh, we've taken care of it.
Right.
We have these protections in place now.
If you look at what's happening right now, they tried the hantavirus, right, as this big scare, and that didn't work. Right. So now I don't know if you turn the news on, but
you're getting conspiracy on me. You're thinking they made up the
conspiracy because hantavirus, right? That's not going to happen. Right. And then now Ebola. Ebola's back, everybody. Hey, everybody, Ebola's back.
I didn't know that. Oh, my God.
Those are two things that actually have happened. It's just they happen in a small area. They got to let us know about that shit. They're not saying that to make things horrible on us. You can't go down that path. If you're a conspiracist, then
I do think that the media.
But if the aliens, what great story would it be if the aliens actually came and attacked us? I mean, Independence Day or freaking Battle Los Angeles.
But that's different than Ebola and hantavirus. I don't think that would cause a different type of panic because it's just.
But if you've got all these distractions happening, right? All this shit's happening, but what's the main thing that we're being distracted from? The war in Iran, the Strait of Hormuz, right?
Yeah, but
all these things.
Greer's causing that to. Greer's the only one who's saying this, right?
Greer's the only one. Well, no, other people have said it too. Remember, I mentioned Project Bluebeam before, and that's supposed to be this government project that is going to be a fake alien invasion. It's called Project Bluebeam. Check it out. Look it up.
All right. I will check it out. All right. You know what isn't fake?
This story.
This story we're going to talk about today, the true report.
My hair.
Yeah, let's get into it on the Coyne helicopter incident. Before we get into it, though, a little context. October 1973 was one of the most intense UFO flap periods in American history. Dozens of cases were reported across the Midwest in a concentrated window of weeks. So Pascagoula happened 6 days earlier on October 11th. So something was happening in the skies over America in that autumn of the time of this report that we're going to share. And it was October 18th that it happened over Ohio. All right, Captain Lawrence Coyne is a 36-year-old Army Reserve helicopter pilot based out of Cleveland. He has over 3,000 flight hours, and he is, by any standard, an experienced, credentialed aviator. With him that night is First Lieutenant Arrigo Jezzi as co-pilot, Sergeant John Healy as crew chief. You have Sergeant Robert Yanacsek as medic, and you have 4 men on that helicopter plus the captain. So you have 5 crew members total, all military and all trained observers. And they are returning to Cleveland in a UH-1 Iroquois a Huey helicopter. And after a routine flight from Columbus is when they're heading back. So they're on this routine training mission or whatever they're on. And it is 11 p.m. and they are cruising at 2,500 feet at approximately 90 knots. And the night is very clear. So we set the scene. Now, Sergeant Yanacsek spots a red light to the west, and it's moving at low altitudes. And he watches it for about a minute, and initially it seems to be moving away from them. But then it turns, and it starts coming right towards them and really fast. Now, Coyne sees it and immediately pushes the collective down hard. The collective is the controls, takes them up or down. And he's descending at 2,000 feet per minute to avoid a collision. Now, there must be sheer panic in there at that moment. And he gets on the radio to Mansfield Control Tower to report an unidentified aircraft. They didn't know what it was. Now, the object closes to within 500 feet above them, and then it stops. A dead stop right over top of them with no deceleration arc, no momentum. It just stops. They get a good look at it at this point. It is a cigar-shaped, metallic gray, approximately 60 feet long craft. There's no visible wings. There's no visible engine or propulsion on it. It had a red light at the nose, a white light at the rear, and a green light that extends from the lower section of the craft. And the green light then swings out to illuminate the cockpit of the helicopter. So now the cockpit is bathed in green, and Coyne and the crew hold their position for approximately 10 seconds. That must have been 10 long seconds.
Yeah.
And the craft is directly above them, close enough to observe the surface detail of the ship. Then all of a sudden it accelerates west toward Lake Erie, and it is gone.
Wait, that makes me think that this beam was like an information grabber. Like, what was that purpose of going shoom, and then they're just shoom?
Are you thinking
maybe they're just looking at
info? It was sucking info
like what
from
was
them?
it? Yeah, like what was it doing?
Wait,
What's the purpose of
well, I gotta ask.
that?
I gotta ask you. Why do you think that the beam was an information sucker? I mean, where does that come from?
I just feel like what would be
green
the purpose?
beams. It's a green beam.
Watch out for the
actually,
green beam.
I'm gonna look that up. Hold on.
Okay, good. Thank you. Look what up. If a green beam is
Green
an information
beams are
sucker?
information sucking.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wait,
Red
yeah,
beams-
surprise.
Andrew, that's not your job. It's Lemon searching.
I'm actually an alien, and
Yeah.
surprise. Yeah. No.
Yeah.
So I'm just wondering, like, why? I mean, okay, maybe it's a light. Maybe they're like just looking at them. But that was the first thing that came to mind.
It's awful soon in the report to just assume it's an information.
This
sucker.
is
I didn't even
mostly
tell you
true
anything
Logan
more.
story, guys. It's mostly true. Done.
Did I guess it? Did
I
I
didn't even
guess?
tell you guys
Peace.
anything
Peace
more
out.
to this story.
Peace
And
out.
Lemon's
Done.
like, oh, it's an information sucker. Yep. That's an information sucker.
Am I correct? I mean,
Well, we'll see.
I
We're
guess
gonna
we'll
see.
find out. All right,
Yeah.
my bad.
Or we may not find out. I don't know. But I kind of like that it is
information. Not in any of my research did I find that.
Yeah, no.
Let me call Greer and ask him if he knows if the green beam is information sucking or just sucking.
Definitely.
Or information giving. All right, you know what? I have thoughts. Okay, keep going.
Okay, we will. All right. So here's what makes this encounter very interesting. It's when Coyne pushed the collective down at this moment to go down. They set it for a specific distance, right? So he's going to go down 2,000 feet per minute. That's his descent trajectory. So his altimeter confirms that they were descending. So they see on the machines that they are going down. His instruments showed the descent. While the craft was above them, the helicopter, however, rises 1,000 feet. So it goes from 1,700 feet to 3,500 feet when he's trying to go down, when he has programmed the helicopter to go down.
Sucking.
So
It's sucking. It's pulling the information.
It sucked the information so hard, it made them rise up.
They were like,
So-
oh my God, they're sucking so hard.
So everything's happening. Everything's happening against the pilot's controls. It's against the altimeter reading. The helicopter wasn't going down. Instead, it's going up.
Now, wait a second. So, like, when you play a PlayStation game or an Xbox game, you can set the controllers, right, to where if actually you hit up, you go down. And if you hit down, you go up.
I swear to God, that happens to me every single time.
Yeah, maybe he hit the wrong button.
Yeah.
I'm sure a trained helicopter
Listen, yeah.
pilot was hitting the
Hey,
wrong button.
I'm a trained
yeah.
video game guy. It
Yeah.
happens to me all the time.
That's
He
a
could have
really
been
good.
panicking. Could have
That's
been
a really
panicking.
good metaphor. I
He
like
could have
that. And I
panicked.
don't
He
know.
could have
I
seen this
don't.
thing and was
Yeah,
like,
but
ah.
I mean,
It's not possible because helicopters don't have those type of things on it. What's up is up and what's down is
that's
down.
right.
That's a
Right.
fact.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah. I mean,
right.
we
I
don't
just
know
put
how
that
to
out there
drive a
just for fun.
helicopter, but yes, we would think up is up and down is down.
All right, so the helicopter is going up against what he set the controls to do. Coyne did not touch the controls during the ascent. The controls remained in the descent position, but the helicopter's rising anyway. So after the craft, the UFO departs, the altimeter showed that they were currently at 3,500 feet. So Coyne had to actively pull up to avoid continuing to climb. So no known mechanical explanation for this has ever been identified. A UH-1, this is very interesting, and you should know this. A UH-1 does not ascend 1,000 feet against pilot input in under a minute. The physics of rotor wing aircraft do not permit it under those conditions, under normal conditions, to ascend like that. Now, let's talk about the ground witnesses that are seeing this. This is corroborated, and it elevates Coyne from a compelling single crew account to something a little more. Jeannie Elias is driving home on Route 30 south of Mansfield with her 4 children, 3 teens, not just little kids, 3 teens, and an 11-year-old, when they see a red light in the sky moving toward another aircraft. So they stop the car to watch this because it must have been so apparent that something is happening up in the skies. They watch the object stop above the helicopter. They watch a green beam suck all the information right out of that helicopter. No, they watch a green beam illuminate the cockpit, and then they watch the helicopter rise up against what they would expect a descending aircraft to do. I don't know how they would know that it was trying to descend or ascend, but they watch that craft then accelerate west and disappear.
I mean,
So they
regardless,
see the whole
they're
event.
watching this helicopter be sucked up by a green beam. Regardless, like it's going
Yes.
towards the green beam. That is a bizarre image for
Scary.
anybody. Yeah.
Oh, that would be scary. That would be scary to see for sure. All right, so their account matches the crew's account on every specific detail. They talked about the red light. They see the UFO stop. They see the green beam. They see the ascent. And then they see the UFO depart and the direction it went. So you have 5 crew members in the air. You have a mother and 4 of her children on the ground. You have 9 independent witnesses, and it's all correlates with one account. Now, afterwards, when the craft departed, Coyne noticed the helicopter's magnetic compass was continuing to spin. So the compass on the helicopter is just spinning. It's rotating continuously rather than just pointing north or whatever it normally does. And it continued to spin for 10 minutes before it stabilized. So it was definitely affected in this event. Coyne filed a full military incident report, and the case entered the official record, so to speak. So in 1978, the case was presented to a United Nations panel on UFO phenomenon by Dr. J. Allen Hynek and Dr. Jacques Vallée. We talk about them often. They are 2 most credentialed scientific voices in serious UFO research. Now, Hynek described it as among the most credible close encounter cases he had ever evaluated, and he rated it a close encounter of the second kind, meaning physical effects on the environment and the witnesses, not just a visual sighting. And the case remains officially unexplained. All right, so you have 5 military witnesses with combined flight experience covering thousands of hours. These are trained observers in a professional setting whose entire job requires accurate assessment of aircraft conditions. You have the ground corroboration. It's independent, it's specific. Jeannie Elias, her 4 children, described the green beam and the ascent before they knew anyone in the helicopter had described the same things. The physical effect, the unexplained ascent against pilot controls, is documented in Coyne's own instrument readings and flight report. This is not testimony about what someone saw. This is a helicopter that went up when its control said it should go down. The compass anomaly lasted 10 minutes. That is a documented electromagnetic effect on military equipment. And you have Hynek and Vallée brought this to the United Nations. These are scientists who stake professional reputations on calling this credible. Okay, The question in this case, it forces us, is very specific. What exerts a lifting force on a 9,500-pound military helicopter against its own rotor physics and pilot input while simultaneously disrupting its magnetic compass, and does it so precisely that both the crew inside and civilians on the ground describe the same green illumination at the same moment? That's my question. Nobody has answered that yet. I'm sure Andrew can answer it because we're going to hand it over to him. He's going to fill in some details on this true report of an alien encounter, and then the three of us are going to weigh in on whether we think this is a mostly true alien story or not. Andrew, what do you have on this report?
Okay, so let's talk aerodynamics. Can we talk aerodynamics, please? Can we talk about
it? I know nothing about it, so I'm interested to hear what you have to say.
So you mentioned the collective, right, which controls the ship, right? So collective down
controls the helicopter, not the ship.
The alien helicopter.
I don't want our listeners to get confused.
Right. They're in a Huey helicopter.
Yeah.
All right. Actually, you know what? One of the best pilots for the Huey helicopter, I was the ring bearer in his wedding.
Really?
Huh?
Yeah. Yeah. I was in Miami, Florida. Yeah. This guy was one of the first pilots to pilot the Hueys.
Aw. How do you know?
Yeah, it's kind of cool.
See, like,
how old were you? Were you 5?
I was 5. Yeah. I was like 5.
Because if you were a ring bearer.
Yeah.
You're telling us the story that happened 45 years ago?
Yeah. I'm telling you.
Has relevance to this?
Yeah, so,
podcast story?
Well, yeah, but
you know what?
What was your relation to this guy? Why do you
I'm just going to turn my camera off. I was very good friends.
The witnesses on the street that saw the helicopter, I drove that road. Okay.
Wait, I want to know about the Huey helicopter pilot.
Yeah, okay, so my parents were good friends with the bride's parents,
all right,
and that's how I got into the wedding.
Okay, that's how.
All right, good for you. All right, that's awesome.
Okay,
that guy's dead. That guy's dead by now.
He's dead? He could be.
He's probably dead by now. Yeah, he's probably dead by now.
No,
he was already in like his late 30s and the early 70s.
He's 80. He's got to be 90 at this point.
Yeah, he's dead.
Let's call him. Let's get him on the show. Hey, it's me, Andrew. I brought the rings up to you when I was 5.
Maybe he's had an alien encounter while he's driving the helicopters.
Yeah, maybe he had one too. Okay, anyway, so collective down normally reduces rotor lift. Okay, so in a Huey, lowering the collective reduces blade pitch, which should make the helicopter descend unless other forces or control inputs overcome it.
Like aliens.
Right. So Coyne later described that the cyclic was still in nose down position while the helicopter was climbing. So it was still in this position.
It's like that going up. Yeah.
It was going up like that.
Nose pointing down.
Right
tail
now,
up.
they can move forward with nose down. Okay. Yes. Helicopters do move forward with nose down, but they do not move nose down forward up.
That's got to be all kinds of mathematical problems right there.
So the reported transition was from a steep descent to a strong climb. So a reversal from roughly 2,000 feet per minute to 1,000 feet per minute is not a small bump.
Yeah, right.
And it's not an ordinary altitude fluctuation.
It's not designed to do that either.
No. So the crew, now listen to this, the crew did not report the physical cues that you would expect. Right. So Zeidman, one of the guys that was in the helicopter, he reports that the crew was aware of the dive, but did not feel the kind of G-force or turbulence expected from that abrupt pull-up.
Huh. Okay.
So there's that sucking beam, right?
But they're not feeling it.
They're not feeling it, right?
They're not going
now,
So
that's
a downdraft.
So I wonder if they could tell they were going up, though.
Yeah, they just said there was no G-force. There was no turbulence because usually at that rate, at 1,000 feet going up, the helicopter would shake.
Yeah, right.
There would feel some sort of turbulence busting through that air. I mean, that's fast.
Yeah. So but I wonder if they felt the inertia of going up or if they had to look outside to feel.
I think they looked out to realize that they were going up. So now we could explain this by a downdraft or an updraft. Okay. So a strong updraft could lift an aircraft.
But where's the updraft coming from? Would that have to be weather related?
This is where this part, it doesn't make sense. I put it in here just because we have to talk about up, down, and downdraft because we're talking about aerodynamics. But that's not really possible at this night because it was calm. It was clear.
Clear, calm night.
And there was no turbulence. So usually with an updraft or a downdraft, there would have been turbulence, especially with a climb at that rate.
Okay.
All right. So what I will throw in here, I'm just going to throw this in here.
Throw it, baby.
This doesn't prove that an alien craft lifted the helicopter.
Okay.
Yeah, but within the witness's account, the ascent is anomalous because the helicopter gained about 1,800 feet while the pilot says the controls and power remained set for descent.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I talked about
Interesting.
thermal updraft, right? It could have been, right? But that's usually warm air that's happening. So
This was October, probably
this was October,
cool.
cooler, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
So chances of it being a warm updraft. So it happened, and those things are so hot that the air is that dense. It's usually in the summertime that happens, right at night.
Sure.
But since it occurred at 10:30 in Ohio in mid-October, the
But
thermals
also to like an
don't play into
updraft
effect.
that's going to be so powerful that it's going to make them move 1,000 miles
Right.
a minute.
But
Like
here's a
that's
different thing. If it was a hot day and it cooled down rapidly, like here in the Midwest, I mean, it could be 80 right now, and by sunset, it's 40 degrees. So you'll drop 40 degrees. So that
Yeah.
causes what they call surface cooling.
Okay. And this was 11 o'clock at night.
This was 11 o'clock at night. But I got to tell you, that theory is pretty weak to say
Okay.
that
yeah.
happened.
I
All right.
mean,
Okay. But I still have to put it out
All
there
right.
because I'm just,
Yeah. It's
reporting.
we're trying to dive into the mechanics of what's the
Right.
possibility of why, if there wasn't a craft there and this helicopter
Right.
acted in this way, what would have could possibly be causing it, from the pilot's controls.
So it doesn't mean that what I'm saying is that a thermal air draft, an updraft or a downdraft
Mhm.
can lift an aircraft. It
mhm.
can
Okay.
do that, especially
okay.
something like
Yeah.
a
Yeah, but that
helicopter.
fast.
But there would have, yes, it can be that fast, but there would have been
Okay.
turbulence for sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
And they did not feel turbulence.
Right.
Okay.
So I just want to, it's different than a helicopter, or because they use these updrafts and downdrafts when gliding. So if it was a plane or something, sure,
Mhm.
because it flies differently than a helicopter does.
Right. Right.
Okay,
But they
but
weren't
it's not.
experiencing any turbulence, which indicated to them that nothing was really doing anything.
Right.
They just felt
Right.
like normally flying.
So, and we have to remember that they saw a bright object with a red light maneuvering
right at 'em.
nearby or above the helicopter.
Well, what was that must have been like to see a ship stop right over top of them?
Right. The other thing too is that they're saying that Coyne could have been confused because of the stress of seeing this thing, even though he was a 30-year veteran pilot.
That he hit the
right?
wrong stuff.
That he hit the wrong stuff because, dude, we're going to say this like we always do. He had never seen anything like that before.
Right. Neither did anybody
Yeah.
else on the
But
helicopter.
pilots
Right.
and like people in the military. Well, okay, wait. Was this a military helicopter?
Yes, it's
Yeah.
a Huey. Yeah.
Okay, so I
Yeah.
feel like people in the military, they're trained for
For high
stressful
pressure. Yeah.
situations.
But not
so-
for UFOs.
yeah, but
They're
but,
used to,
like-
I mean, think about it. He would have been flying this helicopter, flying around going, machine gunning people or fighting
Yeah,
other
but-
helicopters or whatever. But,
but do
not a
you-
freaking cigar-shaped ship.
Yeah, but
That's gonna-
do you think that's a different level of stress, panic? I
if
think
it's the first time you've ever seen anything like this.
well,
yeah,
I
but like
mean-
it could be, a different.
I
I don't
wonder-
know. Maybe. He's
yeah, I
not
wonder,
thinking
but they were the
UFO.
reserves, and I wonder if
Right.
any of them on the helicopter ever saw battle or
Right.
ever fought.
Well, it's
in it. It was
1973, so if they did, they would have just gotten back from Vietnam.
Right.
Oh.
So I wonder.
PTSD much? Right.
I wonder if that should be
guess
some. Can you
it's
look that
true.
up, Lemon? Can you
Oh,
look
yeah.
up the
See
The
if Coyne
captain-
was a
Coyne.
was a Vietnam pilot.
see if he had ever experienced battle, fight,
Right.
war.
So let's talk about the compass, because that's all I've got on aerodynamics. So
Yeah,
what
okay.
we've learned is that the chances of it being a thermal updraft is slim, but it's still possible. Still the
I'm
possibility.
going to rule that out. I'm ruling that out, as
Okay.
far as I'm concerned.
All right.
All right. So
Okay.
go ahead. So the compass. What
it's your
caused the
prerogative,
compass to
right.
spin?
That's what really, him flying up and down like that is not what brought in the UFO investigators. It was the compass.
Oh, interesting. Because
Because
that's harder.
magnetic
Right.
compasses can be disturbed by strong electromagnetic fields. That's the
Ah.
only thing that truly disturbs them, unless there is an electrical systems failure.
He
which can
did
cause 'em-
go to war. He served during the Korean War,
Oh,
which is not what we expected. But yeah,
did he
served
see battle?
He saw direct combat in a major war zone in. Oh wait. There's not much publicly documented evidence that he. Wait, no, not much publicly documented evidence that he saw direct combat,
Ah,
like
okay.
in a major war zone of Vietnam or something like that. So
Yeah.
Yeah, not sure. But
Is he still alive? How old is he? How old was he? Because if he didn't see battle, then I would say, Andrew, you might be right. There might have been a panic. I mean, that's not to say that something
I'm going
didn't
down.
happen.
I'm going down. But he's
But-
pulling up.
But what caused the panic
Was
was
this
a
light
true
in the
event.
sky? Right.
May have
The
been
red
an
light
event.
and the green
Yeah.
beam. Right.
Right.
I
It's mostly the
actually
green beam.
kind of feel the opposite. Like if he did see battle, like Andrew was saying, he could be experiencing PTSD, and so he's going to have some kind of potentially some kind of
It's coming
experience.
at
So
me,
I think
man.
it could go both ways. He did die on May 4th, 2026. He just
Wow.
died. He's 81.
Could have had him on the show. Why didn't we do this story 4 weeks ago?
God. Oh my
I
god.
remember.
Oh, well, God rest you, and thank you for serving your country.
Yeah. R.I.P.
Aw.
Thank you for
Okay.
your service, dude.
Yeah, and thank you for this story. We're enjoying
Yeah.
it. Okay.
Okay, so here's something that's interesting that I found. Helicopter compasses
Okay.
are not perfectly stable instruments
Like how not perfectly, like, is it all
because
the time?
it already contains an electrical system in the helicopter. There's radios, there's generators, there's
Mhm.
metal structures,
Mhm.
there's sources of vibration in the helicopter.
Get
So
it.
compasses in helicopters are known to oscillate, to lag. They deviate during maneuvering. They become unreliable during aggressive turns or altitude changes. So a sudden change in pitch, so him going up, banking hard, going down, could cause the compass
to jump all
to
over.
become erratic and to spin.
Well, let me ask a question, Lemon. You could look this up while we continue. In the Iroquois Huey helicopters, are there any notable compass issues that have happened? Are they known for that? So you can check that and see what you can find. All right, sorry, Andrew. What else?
Yeah. So this is actually on the UH-1 Huey. This is what I'm giving you, the compass stuff. So
Okay.
she doesn't need to look it up, Lemon. It's fine. You can if you want, but it's okay.
Well, I want to know if it happens in a lot of them.
According to what I found, it is pretty relevant. It does happen.
It's common.
It's common. Yes.
Keep looking it up, Lemon. I don't believe you. Sometimes
yeah,
he just says
it
shit.
says that they are known. I'll just say, is it common?
They could behave erratically without any sort of external electromagnetic field.
It says it is common. It is common, but minor compass problems, not necessarily something.
Plus, we don't know the
10
age.
minutes.
10 minutes.
Yeah.
We don't know the
Big.
age. We don't know the age of this helicopter that he was flying. We don't know since he was a reserve. Was it the top-notch Huey of the time? Was it one that they had been around that needed some repair?
But does any of that matter, you think? I think
it does.
Compass is a compass.
Right. But now I'm going to play devil's advocate. There were no reported system failures. No radio failure, no engine sputtering, no generator anomalies, no ignition interruption, no lighting problems.
Is that all things that might have also been affected by electromagnetic interference?
Yep.
Okay.
But there was not strong evidence of that. Huey reported he kept flying normally. He didn't lose engine power. He never lost RPM in the rotors.
You mean Coyne?
I mean Coyne, yeah.
Yeah.
And he didn't suffer any sort of electrical blackout.
Which would accompany the electromagnetic interference.
Possibly, yeah.
Possibly.
Yeah, or him just moving up and down rapidly caused the compass to get out of whack.
Okay.
And they said it spun for 10 minutes, but was somebody there really with their watch going, then it's still spinning. Still spinning.
Well, I'm sure they noted the time of everything that happened and noted all the instrument failures, if there were any. They noted a bunch of things. Now, was it spinning after they landed or spinning after the UFO departed?
That I don't.
Is it the 10 minutes from it departed? Because they would be looking at all their controls at that moment, I think. They could be very aware of what's happening. And
so here's the thing. Here's one of the things that we got to bring up. And so with most EMP, so electromagnetic pulse things, or UFO cases, there were no confirmed reports of anything being magnetized. There was no radiation burns. There's no scorched metal. There's no induced currents. There was no damage to the circuitry on the helicopter.
There's no information sucking?
There was, they got sucked, but it wasn't information.
They got sucked.
There was 4 of them in the helicopter. They were having fun. They were drinking.
Green light.
Oh
green
my
light.
God.
They were getting down with that green light.
They were like,
so much information is getting sucked from you right now.
Yeah, you can call it that.
Okay.
So there's no forensic evidence showing that There was EM evidence. Okay.
Okay.
So,
well, I'm not going to say as far as the spinning of the compass, I believe what they reported, 10 minutes spinning.
no, I believe
And
it. I believe it.
and I get that the compasses sometimes can be erratic in a Huey helicopter. I understand that, but I think this is a extreme. So
Right.
I'm gonna take it for that.
And I'm gonna go to the green beam now. The green beam sucking.
Yes,
The
the
green
green beam.
beam, my
Wait, does it
favorite.
suck information? Do we clarify that? Does it suck information?
No beam was documented producing any sort of electromagnetic effect on the aircraft. So
Okay.
no sucking.
Okay.
No sucking.
Okay.
Wait. It's not even sucking the aircraft up.
No.
I mean, you're saying it could have been the reason the helicopter was. It was like a tractor beam. It caught him and brought him up. This is
Yeah.
what Lemon is into.
Yeah.
There's
Right.
no indication that beam was causing any of that issue.
No.
How would they
No.
know that?
Yeah.
How-
That's
how-
what I
how-
mean. There's no way to know that. So we
Oh.
just
Yeah.
have to go with no.
Yeah. So that was dumb.
All right.
I don't buy
So-
that at all. I think that it was definitely cause and effect, and it was sucking it up.
I don't
Well,
think
this
Andrew's
goes-
saying
now-
it,
now,
it
here-
wasn't.
here's-
He's saying
this is-
there's no information that said that
Oh.
it was proved.
Right,
that it
but
could be.
Okay.
here's one of the things with the UFO folklore and all the bullshit that goes
Mhm,
around.
mhm.
Some of the
Oh wait,
stories and
there's
stuff.
UFO folklore out there.
Yeah, believe that or
Huh.
not, right? So the
Huh.
helicopter's uncommanded climb implied an external force. There's her. All we needed for the green beam sucking.
I mean,
But
we
there
have
was no-
eyewitness, which
There
is
was
like
there was no electromagnetic field. Which if that thing was producing it to pull it up like that, it would
Yeah,
have
but
been the sucking
to-
beam.
To Lemon's point, if I were to see a green beam over a helicopter and I see them both going up in sync and rising, I would think the green beam has something to do with this thing being brought up. I would look at it as a tractor beam.
Mhm.
Everybody would think that. Everybody
Right, right.
all
But
over
the
the place
problem
would think
is that when you talk about tractor beams, they're usually electromagnetic.
that. Are they? I don't know. I
Yeah,
don't know
they
anything
are.
about tractor beams.
Yeah,
I just
they're
know
but
that they
it could be
electromagnetic. They're
technology that we
electromagnetic.
don't
So
know.
there's no
right?
evidence that the rotor lift was altered by electromagnetics.
Uh-huh.
Mhm.
That the transmission of the helicopter was affected.
Sure,
or
you
the
could say all this.
aircraft experienced measurable magnetic force.
And
So there's
I,
none.
yes, and I think we could all accept that. Yes, there's no evidence of that. But visually, when the helicopter's nose is pointing down like this, the tail is up and it's descending, but yet it's being pulled up in a green tractor beam beneath a UFO. I would say that has something to do with sucking this up, and everybody in the world that would see it would think that too. So
Yeah.
that's where I'm going to go with it. Yes, you could say there's no proof of it. Of course, there's no proof of it.
Right,
Yeah.
but the instruments didn't show any sort of electromagnetic issues.
Wait, I have a question.
The compass did.
Is
The
a
engine, the
magnet-
engine never shut down. The engine never shut down.
Right.
There was no avionic disturbances recorded, which would
Okay.
have been recorded on the aircraft.
Well, the compass.
I have a good thought.
Fuck
Wait,
the
guys,
compass.
pause. Everyone, hush. I have a good question. Is a magnet the same as an electromagnetic field?
Yes.
So, like, just a magnet, just like
Yeah.
a magnet.
Yes.
A magnet on a fridge has electricity in it.
Well, it would cause electromagnetic.
It
That's
would
what
cause
an
electromagnetic.
EMP is magnetic.
So, if I put up my ghost hunting EMF detector to a magnet,
Yeah.
it will go off.
Well, I don't know how those work. Yeah, maybe.
It's the same
It
thing as
kills-
like if you
it
put
kills
it
anything
up
that is
against.
electric. It sends a magnetic pulse to anything that is electric and destroys it completely.
But wait, a magnet does?
An
Oh,
electromagnetic pulse does. An EMP.
I
that's
think I'm
why-
confused.
If an EMP was released in the
Lemon.
middle of New York City, every electronic item in the city would be dead.
Yeah,
Lemon,
but I'm trying to
Lemon.
say is electromagnetic the same as just a magnet that
Lemon.
I stick
no,
on
Lemon.
a fridge? It's
Lemon.
not.
No.
Yeah.
Lemon, ask the person that we have research that
No.
stuff. See if they'll find it.
No, but the reason, hold on, before I do that, the reason I'm asking this is because a magnet is going to cause a compass to spin, isn't it?
Yes,
Because
for
isn't it-
sure.
Yeah. And
Yeah, it
so if it's just a magnet, which is different, and it's not electromagnetic, if there is a difference, then isn't that going to
Yeah, Andrew, answer us that, Riddler, or whatever.
If they had a magnet that was doing it, the engine would have shut down
why?
because that's what happens. If a magnet of
magnet?
that power would have
Just-
sucked it
it's
right
just-
into the ship.
Is there someone running in your apartment? Oh, he's beating the dogs for the Chinese food.
Yeah, no, yeah. It's the
Bring dog down. Here, kill.
it's
Kill.
the restaurant downstairs
Oh, it's going to be so good. So
doing
good.
some bullshit at this hour.
Would you ever
Yes.
eat at that restaurant?
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
Are they good? Is it good?
It's really good. It's not
When
Asian food.
when you get like the chicken and broccoli, does it go? Meow?
It's not. It's not Chinese food, everyone. There are no
Oh, it's
dogs
not
being
Chinese food?
beaten
It's not?
downstairs. No,
I thought it was
no,
Chinese.
it's pizza. No, it's
Oh,
pizza.
it's pizza.
Americana.
Oh,
Yeah.
I thought
So
it was
God
Chinese.
knows what they're doing downstairs. They're
whole
just taking the
time.
rolling pin, going.
Oh, this whole time we thought it was a Chinese
I
restaurant.
did too.
No.
The whole time I
Wow,
thought you were
who
above a
said
Chinese
that?
restaurant.
Who
I
said
thought you
that?
said that. I
Because
thought
every
you said
time
that
we
like
made a
first
joke about
episode.
it, you never denied that it was Chinese.
I'm going to
It
go
went
back
right
to first
over my
episode
head.
because I think she said it was Chinese. Maybe
No,
it changed
I
over.
did too.
There is a
And I
Chinese
kept,
restaurant down the street.
I kept picturing Chinese guys running through your apartment, slamming the doors all the time, and then running back downstairs.
You have more DOG? DOG so delicious.
No pizza. Yeah, so
Okay.
who knows what they're smacking around down there. It's absolutely absurd. I do have a door. I could go ask them nicely to stop doing that, but there's probably a reason. I mean, nobody
I
wants
like
to be
it.
banging around for no good reason.
I like it. I think our listeners like it too. They want to.
Yeah.
They you know, we
It feels
life happens around us,
it
man.
feels real, right? Sorry, everyone.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna look up the magnet thing because I feel
Yeah.
like I'm onto something personally.
All
I
right,
don't
you
know
go-
if anybody else agrees.
Google
All right,
that
you
out.
go off and do that.
Andrew, let's get to it. What more do you have? So then we can weigh in.
Let's talk about the ground witness.
Yeah. With
Now,
our
there was
3
another
teams.
witness that you didn't mention.
No, who?
A gentleman by the name of Martin Caskey.
Who's this guy?
Martin Caskey, he was a ground observer.
Yeah.
He said that he saw a low flying helicopter and a
All right, so
strange illuminated object nearby.
To clarify, he was not with Jeannie.
He's not with Genie.
Elias.
This is his own dude. This is another guy.
Okay.
This is another guy. I thought I would throw him in because there's another witness.
Was he driving?
He was all I found out was that he was a ground observer. So he was somebody standing around. So I don't know if he was at the base. I don't know if he was on the side of the road.
Well, it had to be a side of the road. They were down a highway. It was like,
So,
okay, he was carjacking someone.
right. And the reason why he's not mentioned a lot is because he didn't give a lot of detail other than I saw a helicopter and I saw something else beside it. Okay, well, what did you see? I saw a helicopter and I saw something else
But
beside it.
he didn't get into the details that the other witnesses did.
No.
The red light, the
No,
green
so
beam.
you've got 5 people on that helicopter. It's
Yeah.
Coyne and then 4 other guys,
Right.
right? So people are thinking the likelihood of a hallucination? No, couldn't have been a hallucination for those people, right?
Right.
A dreamlike misconception?
All of them at the same, having the same
They
experience.
all have the same thing, right? Or isolated pilot error.
Yeah, but you can say that, and yes, I will give you that. It could have been a pilot error, but what's above them? What are they fighting? What's making him panic?
So
is what
here's the
question
thing.
is.
Here's the thing. All the other people, including Jeannie and her family, and the other 4 guys on the ship, their stories changed over time.
Like
got
how?
more elaborate. But Coyne, he remained the same. His story never changed.
Let's confirm this. He sees a ship coming at them. It stops over top of them. There's a red light. There's a green light that envelops them. There's a white light at the back. And then the incident happens with the helicopter. Could have been a pilot error, panic, maybe. But the whole report is about this thing that stops above them and causes this event to happen. And then everyone goes. And this is what all the witnesses see. No witness said there wasn't anything above the ship, above the helicopter.
Right. Nobody said that they only saw the helicopter. Everybody says they saw the helicopter and something else.
So that's what we have to remember. This is what this report's about. So go ahead.
Now, nighttime, the time of the evening, right? It's 11 o'clock at night. We don't know where Jeannie was coming from. Maybe she just got off work, working a double shift.
She had all the kids with her.
And she might have worked a double shift and then went and picked up her kids from her parents and she was going home.
All right.
So
there's no details on that? Why?
No
where?
details on that.
Yeah,
not
he's
that I
really
know of.
creating a narrative that we don't know about at all.
Yeah, I love when you add it in. She was probably food shopping.
She was a single mom.
Why do you say that?
We don't know where
she was a stripper.
coming from.
She was stripping. And she had left her kids in the car. That's probably what she was doing. And then she was drunk and probably high and driving all her kids.
Yeah, poor Jean. She's really
Yeah.
Gene, I would never say that about you, baby.
Lemon, see,
Never. You know I love you,
Lemon,
baby.
Lemon.
I love you,
See if
Gene.
you can find anything about what Jeannie did.
All right. Also, before that, I would like to say, unfortunately, Andrew is kind of right about the magnetic thing. So it does say that it would probably
Oh,
shut the engine down if it was a magnet.
I
But
love
that
how
multitude would shut an engine down. Thank
I
you.
love how
Probably-
she says,
probably.
unfortunately, Andrew is
Unfortunately.
probably right.
She's like, he's right.
I really thought I got it. Andrew, stop being such a douche.
You know what? Lemon,
He's
stop
born
being a
that way.
tool. Stop being a
Oh.
tool.
Oh shit. Oh shit.
I told you I was going to bring it up. You gave
My
me
face
face
is
is popping up.
opportunity.
I know. I
He's
brought it up
slinging it.
first, though. And
He's slinging it.
mine was funnier.
Okay. So
Sorry,
okay, the
Jean,
magnet
sorry.
thing is
Okay,
not a
so here's
magnet
the thing.
thing could have
It's
caused
so-
a thing. But I want to
right.
get back to Jeannie for a minute.
Okay, so
And the
I'm
witnesses.
going to the witnesses
Yeah.
since she's a witness, right? So nighttime depth perception is poor, right? In the sky, it could have looked
Yeah,
close, it could
it's
not look
true.
close.
None
I'm
of this
just
is
putting
relevant.
theories out there.
I don't
I'm
think
just
any of that's relevant because they all saw a thing above the helicopter.
Okay, so bright lights, right? It was a bright light. It can create a motion of illusion.
That stopped over a helicopter.
Possibly.
Oh God. You can't just say possibly. Oh,
Look.
possibly. Oh, possibly. Come on. All the witnesses saw the same thing.
No, you're right. They all saw the same thing. They all saw a helicopter and they all saw something else with the helicopter. And it's all about a green light. It's all about that sucking green light.
Okay. All right. What else you got?
I'm just
Hurry
reading
up.
about Jeannie.
I
If
wanna
there's
weigh
anything
in.
here in the Jeannie stuff that's worth even bringing up.
I want to know
Oh.
if Jeannie was a stripper.
Okay, so it said here that she was an escort.
No.
She was a lady of the night. Okay, now here's
She
She
something
is not.
interesting.
By the way, everyone, that is
She's-
related
she
to
wasn't.
Jeannie. She is not an escort.
she just
She's
got
not
off double
stripper.
shift working at the factory.
That's
She
right.
actually lived. She actually lived down Mount Sinai Road. Mount Zion Road is where this happened. It was on Mount Zion Road. She lived
Yeah.
down at the end of the road.
Right,
Really?
okay.
That's real?
That's
Yeah, but
real.
no, but he made
Okay.
up the factory thing.
I made up the factory thing.
He's making that shit up. But
I really
she
didn't
lived down.
find anything about her.
You can't find anything about Jeannie Elias
She was
and what
44.
she did.
No.
Huh?
Okay, so here's the thing. She is not a primary technical witness. She did not reportedly observe the helicopter maneuver, the object structure in detail, or the alleged climb. Her testimony was unusual illumination. And lots of it comes from what her son said that he witnessed a green light in the sky.
So none of them actually saw it.
No.
They didn't see the helicopter ascending.
Why did they make her such a paramount witness?
Because her son saw the green light
Hmm.
and the helicopter, but they
What
did
I-
not see the helicopter moving. They didn't see any of that. Just want to let you know. That's what I found.
I don't know, because I saw a report that said that they all saw it.
So the Jeannie
You're not going to address that.
Elias story
You're just going to ignore that. You
is
ignored
not as strongly documented in early military or FAA records as Coyne's testimony or the crew's interviews.
But we still have the crew all saw the same thing.
Right.
Might have the crew been covering for each other?
Possibly. So this is what I found about it says the green light illumination is one of the most debated parts of the Coyne story. All right. It's a concentrated green beam scanning the cockpit. There they go, sucking information
Yeah, that's what they
and
were
bathing
doing.
the helicopter in a green light.
I think Lemon's right.
I think
Because
I'm right,
everybody
too.
immediately got stupid about the event. So maybe everything got sucked out of them.
All their intelligence.
Yeah, it just went away.
So from a historical importance of this it's strong. It's strong to know that Jeannie Ellis is not one of the core witnesses, but
Okay.
one of the most interesting
Because she was a
um,
stripper.
corroborates. She's one of the most interesting civilian figures in the event. Her account is mainly important because it supports the timing of the encounters and it reinforces the green illumination. Other than that, that's it.
And it mostly came from her son, right?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, is that all you got?
Yeah, I mean, I've got a lot of stuff on Ellis and on Hynek and Valet legitimizing this.
But
But
yeah,
it's
but
like-
they did legitimize it. Is that
They did
let's
legitimize
just
this.
get
So
to
they
it. Did
just
they
said it was
legitimize it?
a high strangeness, and it had multiple witnesses,
Right.
and they're going to
Yeah.
say that the compass is a physical effect.
Yeah.
blah, blah, blah,
But
blah,
it was
blah.
interesting that you said that that's the reason that Hynek and them looked at it. It was
That's
because
why
of the
they
compass.
came, because of the compass disturbance. The unusual aircraft motion is described by the witnesses.
Yeah.
And the
they're
climb.
and they're all Army Reserve guys, all saw battle.
Right.
I'm assuming, so they're on a mission that this happens. It makes it a little more credible. Now that you told me about Genie, though, that confuses me a little bit because anything I saw, and I didn't know there was another dude on the side of the road. Just
but
watching.
he didn't really have. He wasn't. I mean, the main.
Did he have his
witnesses
pants down? Was he just standing on the side of the road?
He was with Genie. The kids were in the car.
She
He was
just
like,
dropped them off.
"Look at that green
Yeah.
light, Mama! I see a green light."
That's not
Shh,
true.
Get back in the car, baby.
That's not what happened, everyone. That's not what happened. Okay. All right. It's all good information. I love it. And let's. I think it's time to weigh in. Unless you have anything more compelling to add.
Just that Lemon's a tool. That's it.
Lemon is a tool. Lemon is a tool. All right. Okay. All right. So now, thanks for all that information. Now I'm going to hand it over to Lemon. It is time to weigh in on whether we think this is a mostly true alien story or not, based on just the information that we found here today. So, Lemon, is the Coyne helicopter incident a mostly true alien story or not?
Heck yeah. I'm going to say yes. I really feel like regardless of what the helicopter was doing, they saw a long pipe cigar-shaped craft flying around, doing all crazy stuff, and then immediately stopping over them with a green beam. That to me screams alien, regardless of what the helicopter was doing. So maybe he did mess up the controls, but to me, this does say alien. They don't know whose aircraft that was. And it's still an open case. So yes, I say yes.
All right, Lemon says it is a mostly true alien story. And now, Andrew, who gave us all the other details, do you think that this is a mostly true alien story or not?
No.
Ugh.
This is not a mostly true alien story. I think that these guys were out there, and I think that they were part of a experiment of other ship that was happening.
Mm-hmm. Here goes Andrew with his scenarios. They were coming from
they
Ruby
had
Tuesdays.
Well,
they just
Zeman had
war,
just got off
PTSD.
a long night shift as a guy with the batons on the runway. And he's like, I want to go up in the helicopter for a ride.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
No, I don't even think that. I just think that it was pilot malfunction. I think that he saw a light in the sky and was freaked out by it. And maybe he got too close to a plane or something. And that was it.
Okay.
What?
All right.
But
So you're
weren't they
blaming
all
him for
hovering?
going towards the ship.
They
and
were
not
all
the ship coming
hovering,
to them.
though. They're all just sitting there.
I know. Listen, you can't argue with Andrew, though. Lemon.
I
If he
can.
says-
I can argue with
I know.
Andrew.
No.
That's
Oh, I know. We
that's
can. We
ridiculous.
can.
I
We-
think that
The fact that the credible witnesses on the ground saw no helicopter making weird maneuvers. They saw nothing like that. They only saw a green light. That means absolutely nothing. So,
Yeah,
but the original report I saw said that they did all witness the same thing. So
right, but I actually did research on it. So,
all right, okay. All right.
I think
Andrew
the green
says-
light says a lot.
Yes, I think green light.
the green light means we're open for business.
Yeah,
Red light means can't come in right now.
Yeah, right. I think the green light
Enter
sucked
here.
every bit of smarts from your brain during this episode, Andrew. All right, so Andrew says it is not a mostly true alien story. Lemon says it is a mostly true alien story. Now it's my turn to weigh in. I think this whole Coyne incident has something different, right? Coyne, he's a helicopter, is in a helicopter. He's a helicopter pilot, experienced that went up when it should have gone down. He observed from inside the event happening, that not only he saw it, but 5 military witnesses saw it. And then from outside, 4 civilians, although Andrew is saying that is not the case. They just saw some illuminating lights. So it's very different. I do not know. I'm going to go back to this. What lifted the helicopter? You guys are saying possibly, Andrew's saying possibly pilot error in a panic situation. I don't know. What spun the compass for 10 minutes? Again, Andrew's saying it happens all the time, but that's a long time for a compass to be malfunctioning and then then it does work. We do not know, and this is the most important aspect of this report, is what stopped above this aircraft. What bathed them in green light on that night in Ohio in 1973. This is the fact. This did happen. And I'm going to say that the guys on the even if we don't have ground witnesses, that the guys on the helicopter were I think, qualified witnesses and I truthful as well. Now, we also know that Hynek and Vallée, they thought it was important enough to take to United Nations. So I'm going to say that this is a mostly true alien story. This is total alien stuff happening.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I was hoping for.
Captain Lawrence Coyne filed his report and went on flying. Jeannie Elias drove her children home. The case went to the United Nations. It changed nothing in terms of official policy. The compass stabilized after 10 minutes. The instrument readings were filed. The case was classified as unexplained. Over Ohio, on the night of October 18, 1973, something held a military helicopter in the air against its own controls and its own pilot. Lemon says it's mostly true. I say it's mostly true. Andrew says it is not a mostly true alien story. We still do not know what actually happened. But if you have thoughts or a story you want us to investigate, drop it in the comments. Subscribe and share the show and follow us on Instagram and TikTok at Mostly True Alien Stories. Until then, be kind to the aliens when they get here. Andrew, Lemon, nice job. We'll see you in the next episode.
Bye, everybody.
Bye, guys.
UFO sightings. Many Americans have wondered about our